Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's Saturday special edition episode we're taking a look at the Ford Sierra Special Edition Laser 2. Hello and welcome back, and welcome to Quartzlight if you're new. Quartzlight is a car brochure channel looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, sometimes beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars, car brochures, car knowledge, please consider subscribing. It is completely free and certainly helps the channel, helps you find the episodes you want to see. Anyway, back to today's episode. It was first aired on a Saturday. So welcome if you're one of the first viewers, and welcome if you're watching it, who knows, a year, 2 years later. Anyway, the episodes that were first shown on Saturday, we call those the Saturday special episodes because we look at a special edition of various different makes and models of car. Last week there was no episodes. Life sometimes gets a little bit busy, and surprisingly, it takes a lot to do 4 episodes each week, and now that the kids are breaking up from school, things get a little bit hectic. So you may not see the Saturday specials as often. May try and do them like every other week until things quieten down a bit, but it soon will be back to the normal 4 episodes a week schedule. Anyway, back to today's episodes. Yes, the Ford Sierra Laser 2, which came out in 1986, and yes, previously there was a Laser 1, but I think the difference between the Laser 1 and Laser 2, now we've got a bit more engine choice. Anyway, enough waffle, let's have a look at today's brochure. And here is the Sierra Laser 2, and in fact this particular special edition is actually in the full range brochure. Sometimes they slip the special editions in full range brochures. 1986 I think was a good year. Particularly this is a pretty good brochure for new models, updates, etc, etc, and as you can see, special editions. So yeah, this is from our full range March 1986 Ford Cars catalogue, where they're introducing the new Escort and Orion ranges. We've started this series. I'll do a little bit of a link at the end of this particular Saturday special if you missed the first episode. But anyway, let's get back to today's episode. So recently we've done a lot of Cortina, whether it's Cortinas through the different generations, Cortinas in Australia, Cortinas in New Zealand, like I say, special edition Cortinas, and we certainly still will come back to Cortinas because I do find them fascinating. I think the 70s in particular was a fascinating decade for various different makes and models, but I kind of think it's time to equal things out and start doing a bit more Sierra content. So recently we looked at a 1982 brochure looking how the range was introduced. This is moving things on a little bit further, and eventually we'll look at the full range shown here in this 86 brochure as well to see how that range was extended and little changes that went on. But anyway, this is a special edition episode, so it's the Sierra Laser 2. You probably can't see, but at the top here it says the Laser looks even smarter the second time around, with a wider choice of engines and a red hot price. Similar to the Laser 1, it was like a cost effective, easy way into a Laser. Not really much more than a standard model really. It was pretty basic, to be honest with you, but the main thing is we've got a few quite nice engine choices to have with this particular special edition, but it is still quite a basic vehicle overall. Don't be fooled by the slippery front end. By this time most of the Sierra Rangers got this smoother front end, which we first saw just on the gear, so it is still a very basic model, this one. But anyway, let's start reading some of the text and we'll go back to some of these images. It jumps straight in and tells us a choice of 3 engines, each offering an outstanding blend of performance and economy, is one of the many reasons for the Ford Sierra 2 being even more attractive than its predecessor. Another is the remarkable fact that a 1.8 Laser 2 costs the exact same as its counterpart with the 1.6, so a nice choice there between either having a 1.6 or a 1.8 with no difference in price. And I think even when my dad got a 1988 Ford Sierra Sapphire, when we got the booted version of these cars, he had the choice of a 1.6L or a 1.8L as his company car. He decided to get a 1.8 because it was bigger, but there we go. Similar sort of idea here, I guess. Anyway, it continues to tell us if even more power and torque is needed, the 2-litre engine cuts the Laser's saloon 0 to 60 mph time to 9.8 seconds and raises top speed to 116 mph. So nice that they even offer it as a 2-litre on a pretty basic spec Sierra, to be honest with you. And at this time, I think anything under 10 seconds was seen as being reasonably quick. Although today, that would be pretty slow times, wouldn't it? Anyway, it goes on to tell us the special edition specification includes a 5-speed gearbox, tinted glass and a screened glass sunroof, which can be either slid right, back or just tilted open to enhance the powerful ventilation system. So I think, we've moved things on quite a bit really since the introduction of the Sierra. As we noticed, and we was quite surprised to learn the first Sierras, a lot of the models just was a 4-speed gearbox, but now even on this pretty basic spec Sierra we do at least get a 5-speed gearbox, and they're throwing things on like a glass sunroof, which you certainly had to go up the range to get something like that when it was first introduced. Anyway, like I say, it carries on by saying slides right back or just tilted open to enhance the powerful ventilation system. Full wheel covers not shared with any other Sierra or another attraction. So are the body colour remote control door mirrors, tailgate wash wipe, reversing lights and lockable fuel cap. So again, it's still only a very basic car for the time, but certainly it's moved on quite a bit since 82. I mean, things like tailgate wash wipe apparently was just an option on even the top of the range gear, although like somebody mentioned, I don't know if any actually came at the gear model without the wash wipe, because I think most dealers just threw them on there anyway and added the extra price on, because a little bit weird not to have that on there on particularly a gear model. But here on a pretty basic vehicle we've got a tailgate wash wipe now. Interior features include seats and sidewall inserts trimmed with true raw cloth, a quartz analog clock and 4-speaker audio system. Powertrain choices start with the lean burn 1.6 engine, which develops 75 PS at only 4900 RPM and 123 Nm of torque at 2900 revs. The flattened torque curve gives excellent mid-range flexibility. The 1.8 delivers 90 PS at 5400 RPM, 20% more than the 1.6 despite the price being the same, and provides 140 Nm of torque maximum. It cuts the Laser 2 saloon's 0 to 60 time to a lively 11.1 seconds and increases top speed to 110 mph. The 2-litre saloon and estate are also slightly more economical than the 1.8 models at cruising speed. The saloon's figures include a remarkable frugal 48.7 miles per gallon at 56 mph. So when we're zooming on the interior, yeah, it is super basic, no rev counter on there at all, is there? So it looks like it is based on the L. And there was only one model lower than the L actually, and that was the super basic model just called the Sierra Saloon, which was a real stripped down version that really you didn't really want. So yeah, super basic on the inside. Seats super basic. We've got these more comfortable head restraints on there, but that is pretty much just an L interior. We do get a nice sunroof with it, which is certainly very nice. And then we have a look at the different fabric. Two different fabric colours, so we get this blue design and then this red design, depending on what your exterior colour was, of course. And it just goes on to confirm seats and sidewall inserts trimmed with attractive hardware in true raw cloth. Distinguish the Sierra Laser 2's spacious, well equipped and versatile interior. The sunroof, quartz analog clock and 4-speaker audio equipment are all standard on special edition Sierras. Main image is on the crease, unfortunately, but can't be helped. But let's just zoom in on the front end. So we got this more gear style front end now, haven't we? You know, the gone or the sort of like slats that we used to get for the more lower spec models. And certainly if you compared it with a Sierra from 82, it looks like quite a high spec model, but of course it is pretty basic. We've got this sort of like tape stripe on there, and like it says, these quite unusual wheel trims that differ it from the rest of the range. And if we zoom into the side, we can see that laser decal on the side denoting this special edition model. Well, it doesn't say laser 2, is it? Maybe they just had old laser stickers left over from the previous special edition. They like using the name laser though, didn't they? They used it in lots of different models, and it even came back for a special edition Sierra later on as well. They like that. It does come with nice colour coded nice door mirrors though, doesn't it? They would have been black, of course, on the L model, and of course a sunroof, which is actually quite nice as well. I guess I should also mention these rear quarter windows on this particular model, and this is same for all the models. It's not just for the special edition, but all the models have this. And I think it was introduced in 85. This is an 86 brochure. You can just make out what they call the weirdly named strakes, these little extra piece they added in there in 1985. Apparently originally they had some stability issues in crosswinds, so they had to add this little bit of extra, which is barely noticeable, and I kind of feel the average motorist would never notice any difference, but apparently it helped stability because there were a few stability problems on the original model, although I would imagine you'd never notice, the average motorist would probably never notice that unless you was driving like a lunatic or you was racing on a racetrack, to be honest with you. But they had to add these. If I just show you the original, this is the original 82 model, you can see there's nothing on there at all, it's just like a normal window surround. So that was certainly added in 85 after a lot of concerns over stability. So we also get a specification page for this Sierra range in 86. This is the full range, so I'm not going to go through all this. We'll probably just pick a few key points up, or it'll probably point out some ways the Laser 2 had extras over the L, which I won't really mention in there, so we'll probably go through and pick it up. He's telling us, you know, the ranges starts with that saloon, not even an L, then the L, and then it's showing the next model up as the Laser 2. So we'll compare the L with the Laser 2 to see if there's any differences. So it's going to be hard to see, so you'll have to take my word for it to a certain degree, but it's telling us, you know, body coloured housing, they're the door mirrors, of course. Not on the L, but you can get these colour coordinated ones on the Laser 2. I don't think even the GL had that, actually. No, the GL, you have to go away to the gear to get that, so that was quite a nice little addition. Moving down, there's also tinted glass all round. You wouldn't have got that on the L model, but you would have got it on the Laser 2 and subsequently the GL model as well. We also get a different fabric trim, so the base model had Lorenzo trim, 5 for the L, and then Truro 2 for that special edition. Tilt slide sunroof, I think that was a particularly nice little thing to add for this special edition. Not on the L, but the special edition model did get that sunroof like we've shown. You would have had to normally go up to the GL at this time to get that. Then if we look at the price, and I'll just pick one out randomly, so we'll just look at the 2 litre. So we'll compare the 2 litre version of the L with the 2 litre version of this special edition Laser 2, and we'll look at the 5-door saloon with a 5-speed gearbox just for the sake of looking at it. And you can see, and you can certainly see why people would have actually particularly chosen to get that. So if we look at that particular model, if you got the L, it was £7,782.97. If you got the special edition version with a little bit more extras, it was £7,628.95. So that's how they certainly sell those special editions. So there we go. Overall, quite a nice special edition actually is the Sierra Laser 2. Yeah, it's very basic, but you'd be buying these if you was, budget conscious. But again, a few extras thrown in there, which were quite nice little extras, even though it was only a basic model. And also you can have different, body colours like you would on an old model. You can have different engine choices as well. So overall, not a bad special edition as special editions goes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's Saturday special. There will of course be many more special edition versions coming up, as well as regular episodes. So thank you so much for watching. If you're not done already, please do consider subscribing. It is completely free. Apparently a few people don't realise it is free, but it is completely free, and then it's easy to find the channel as a whole, and like I say, it helps the channel grow. Furthermore, you can actually become a member as well for a very small fee. At this stage, you're not getting very much as a member really, you're just really supporting the channel, although eventually I do plan to add member only episodes as the membership grows. But overall, as a regular member, a free member who's just subscribing, you're going to get the majority of content always, so don't worry too much about that. But like I say, thank you so much for watching. Please have a great weekend, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.